to the Scottsdale Xeriscape Garden at Chaparral Park. I'm Jennifer Davidson, a water conservation specialist with the City of Scottsdale. This demonstration garden is a fantastic place to come to pick out low water use plants for your yard. The idea of a demonstration garden is for people to come and see what things might look like in their own yards. So we have a variety of plants such as trees, ground covers, and shrubs blooming at different times of the year, in addition to hardscapes, so homeowners can come and see the ideas that they might want to incorporate in their own low water use yards. Our Drab to Fab backyard rehab winner and our landscape architect will be here a little later to take a look at the possibilities. But first, let's join them in Lisa's backyard.
Hi Lisa, I'm Janet Waibel. I'm a landscape architect. I'm here to help with the Drab to Fab program and see what you want to do in your backyard.
I want color. And I would like to have things that attract hummingbirds and wildlife, things like that.
Perfect, very good. We can work those all in.
So it would be really important for me to have an herb garden out here because I do a lot of cooking and I use a lot of fresh herbs, so that would be really helpful.
Okay. Herb gardens are great. If you put them in a raised bed, and we use emitters here, which are very low flow irrigation devices, they work great.
So I have a pretty good sized dog. Are there any other concerns that I should have about having a garden and landscaping so my dog doesn't destroy it?
Well, if there are chewing issues, there are some plants that have pods and flowers that are poisonous, so we'd want to be careful about that. So the backyard has a south exposure and you've got a huge advantage because you have huge trees back there. The summer sun still is going to go straight overhead, so it's going to get pretty warm. So I think you can benefit by a few properly placed and sized trees that will give you a little more shade in your new living space.
Okay.
When we meet at the Scottsdale Xeriscape Garden, you'll see a lot of plants on display, and I think you'll be very impressed. I love taking people to the Scottsdale Xeriscape Garden because there you can see all the plants on display, beautiful pathways that are shaded by big Palo Verde trees, and the hardscape materials they've used. You can see how low maintenance it really is. The grading's been done to capture rainwater and allow it to flow nicely through the site, and it's just a wonderful display of all the Xeriscape principles.
So I really like this because I would like to have year-round color in my yard, and I have hummingbirds. Will this attract my hummingbirds?
Yes, the color and the shape of the flowers will bring the hummingbirds in. They've incorporated all kinds of things here. It's a shady area, you got artwork, you got change in grade, you got contrast colors. The bougainvilleas look different here because they don't get as much sunlight. So they're a little looser, a little more relaxed, a few less flowers, which isn't a bad thing because sometimes the bougainvilleas can create a lot of litter. The Texas olives bloom in the wintertime also. So you have the white flowers and the foliage there. This is leucophyllum. It's also called the Barometer Bush. Last week it was in full bloom because it responds to the weather and puts out a full show of purple flowers. Here they've done a really nice job combining textures and colors and forms with the white bark of the Palo Blanco tree and the white flowers of the Texas olive and the lightish cast on the medicinal aloes right here. So here's those three plants we were talking about earlier, and this is a good example of a composition. You've got the yellow lantana, the red bird of paradise, and the ruellia in the background. So we've seen some great plant materials in Xeriscape landscaping here at the garden today. I'm going to go back to the office and get to work on a plan using some of the things we saw today.
And I'm going to go to the nursery and we'll meet back in a couple weeks.